Every time we hear the word of the Lord, every time we have the opportunity to be impacted by who God is, perhaps we have a little difficulty identifying and understanding it. How can I know God through the power of His Word? Because in our lives, many times, we don't have much trust in what others tell us. The words of others are always full of mistakes, lies, and falsehoods, but not with God. In God, His Word is the exact translation of what is. Even if there's a mystery to be explored, to be investigated, His Word is the path by which we reach Him. It's as if we had to get somewhere. And to get to this place, we need a map that locates us in space. It's impossible to get to a place, a city, if you don't have a path to follow. Otherwise, we get lost. It's impossible for us to get there, to travel the distances. If we are not there, it signals 12 to the destination here we want to arrive, that the Word of God is it the way, so that we can reach Him, who is also Word. There is no lie in this Word. That is why Jesus is so direct when He speaks of His Father, when He is a perfect translation of what God is, and today in a very special way, making an allusion to the great meaning of the Christian life established from 2 pillars. If you want to be of God, you will have to live the 2 ways of love. You will love the Lord your God and your neighbor as yourself. If you ask yourself what comes to your mind when you hear the word love, what do you understand from this word? What can you absorb from this word? What's the first image that comes to your heart the moment you hear this expression? So, my friends, if we have 10,000 people here, we'll have 30,000 definitions, some similar. But it's impressive how much love touches us differently. It's impressive how much love becomes multiple. It's impressive how much love becomes creative, because it becomes a concrete experience in each person's life. And that's it. And therein lies the greatness of what we call love. Poets have tried all along. Camoens said, "Love is a fire that burns unseen. It's a wound that hurts but isn't felt. It's a discontented discontent. It's pain that drives you crazy without hurting. It's being trapped by will. It's serving the one who wins, the winner." So, contrary, like to the same, Adelia Prado, in her attempt to say what love is, falls into simplicity. Beautiful. It's jealous of assuming that love is small things. It's so small that if we don't pay attention, we'll step on weeds all the time. Love is so multinho, as the poet said, that if we don't open our eyes wide, we don't see, we don't know where we are, and a wound that hurts and isn't felt. How many times have you hurt because of love? And if someone asked you where it hurts, you wouldn't know how to say. Am I wrong? How many times has love hit you, and you were able to suffer and your whole body feels a fever? Didn't you know? Because where it hurts, we don't know. Love, when it hits us, it confuses us in what we know about ourselves at first. Because it is a surprise, it is a revelation, it is an inauguration. Love is this reality that has the power to arrive, to inaugurate and to make new what was previously old. Jesus is not a theorist about these things. Because if there's one thing that God knows in Jesus, the wisdom of God is fully demonstrated in this man. It is His ability to look at the small things in life. He is able to see what other eyes have not seen. He was able to fish, to scrutinize reality, to enter the hearts of those people He met. Of line C, "Oh, my people," to put His feet in. This man's segment is to do the same thing. To hear this word that we have heard so many times and discover that there's an ethical imperative in love. And that places us in the responsibility of starting to look at life in a different way. Loving God above all things may seem too theoretical for us. What does it mean to love God above all things? What does it mean to love my neighbor as myself? What does it mean to look at my brother and recognize that in him there's a sacredness that I have no right to violate? How can this concretely happen in our lives without it being just another of the rules we learn, but that never ends? That doesn't end within us. That doesn't. It happens within us. It can't end. It has to happen. It's like a process of continuity. How can I experience this love in my life? How can I discover in the details of this invitation from God to me to open my eyes to people realities? My people, I begin about this first sermon in this Eucharist, proposing to you, if you want, live the experience of healing your affections, your emotions. Discover it first, before anything else. What does it mean to love? Because oftentimes, the first thing God needs to heal within us is what we think about love oftentimes. The first thing God needs to straighten out in our lives is what we understand about love. Why in the name of love, we commit terrible atrocities. In the name of love, we kill. In the name of love, we imprison. In the name of love, we kidnap. In the name of love, we steal the other for ourselves. In the name of love, we don't discipline people. In the name of love, we don't say no when it's necessary. In the name of love, we say yes when it can't be yes. In the name of love, we kill. In the name of love, we make wars. In the name of love, we create divisions. When did we hear from Jesus that the path to holiness, that the path to perfection consists in this simple observance of loving God and loving what is by our side? He places upon us the responsibility of first discovering what this is. Have you ever heard that song love has done things that even God doubts? Have you healed the hopeless? Have you heard that? Have you healed so many wounds? Have you healed so many things? Have you healed so many people? Have you made so many people alive again? You have made happen what we thought would be impossible. Of strength, he was none. Like that man, who, in the face of the attack of a fierce dog, of one, and the other day a little old man with no strength at all, suddenly he faced those beasts. He acted as if he were a boy. Physics to counter. Whereas that man discovered strength, reasons to be able to get up, challenge his old age, and save his grandson, who was ready to be killed, in what he felt in his heart, and that connected him to his son, to his grandson. It is the ability that love has to sew us together. It is the ability that love has to put us in the same direction, to look together towards the same objective. How many times, because of the love you felt, were you able to look at the other's goal and make it yours too? How many times, in the name of love, were you able to experience the good side of your giving, of that which you don't know how to do alone, but that when the other is by your side, it motivates you to do it too? My love, my people, with your clarity, with your confusions, needing to find a place within ourselves. Because if love can find this place within us, then it needs to arrive in the right way. Because if we live damaged throughout life, it's because love hits us on the wrong side, on its confused side. Because if at some point in our life we have an experience of living in a captivity that the other built for us, we are not on either side of this love, neither in the love of God nor in the love of the other. The story is very simple. Once, a girl, 17 years old, full of life, she fell in love with a boy who had arrived, no one knew from where, and he told of that power of seduction. He was bringing the girl into his life. Her family didn't even know what was happening. That girl was living that fleeting experience with that boy. Her family didn't know what was happening, and she was falling in love, and he, in the name of love, was bringing her into his world. With very little time in the relationship, that girl already had all the vices that boy had. Hooked on drugs, cocaine, marijuana, in a short space of time. Everything that was no good that he had taken on for his life, he shared with her. The family only realized that she was gradually becoming saddened, but they didn't know the cause of the sadness until, at a certain moment, everything came to light. They discovered the drugs. They discovered the filthy world. She was living in the company of that boy who had just arrived. That boy, in the name of this love that he said he felt for her, he brought into her world all the worst that he had. He shared with her the most precarious things he had, and she accepted it and lived that process of destruction and self-destruction until one day she woke up dead in the garage of her house, victim of an overdose. If you see, the picture is a quick story that perhaps you have seen similar stories in your life, in your home, in your neighbors. We have here, my people, the class model, a common way that people today have to love each other. I asked if it is love when you share with another what is most precarious in you, when you bring into the world of another the worst that you have, that you would not like to have for yourself. That is love. And where does the lack of love for God manifest itself in this story? Since there are two pillars, loving God and loving my neighbor, the moment I do not look at the other as something that deserves my respect, as something that deserves my reverence, as an object, Beto, that can be handled. It is like something, and not like someone.my people. I am increasingly convinced that when God enters our lives, he has to enter to change our way of seeing. The first place to be converted is our perspective. It is our way of looking at people. It is our way of interpreting them. It is our way of being before them. I will enter your life only if it is to do you good. If not, it is better that I stay out. It is better that I do not enter this territory. If I am not willing to bring you the love that I have for God reflected in me, in you, then it is better that I do not enter. I have no right to enter your territory if it is not to add value. I have no right to enter your life if it is not to make it better. Otherwise, it is better that I stay out. Otherwise, it is better that I remain outside, because you are a territory that deserves to be respected